Kristen Steps is back with Steps Gaming, and today, the rumors, well, they've been more than verified, because not only was there that FCC filing, now Arcade1Up has posted pictures of it on their site with the game listing and promptly took it down. Sometimes I think they do this just to get the videos and the attention and the hype. And me, I am a huge Capcom fan. That's what gets me up in the morning as far as these cabinets, the games go. I like Street Fighter 2, I like Marvel Capcom, I like Alpha. I'm not the best at these games, I think everybody knows that, but I love Capcom. And those are the games that brought me to the arcades when it's all said and done. That and the Konami beat-em-ups and the Capcom fighters. You know, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 3, Street Fighter Alpha, Marvel Capcom, all those games. So we got a new Capcom Legacy online machine, the Arcade1Up Yoga Flame Edition Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting cabinet. And so I wanted to touch base on this because it's going to bring some online players to the community. And when I think about online on my Arcade1Up, the games I want to play again, Street Fighter 2, Marvel Capcom, those type games. And so this is going to hopefully get us some new challengers. Let's take a look. Okay, so here we have the front of the cabinet. It's basic black. It does have the molded coin doors, which Big Blue did not have. It's also got the Street Fighter 35th anniversary logo on the riser. And then we have the side art here, Yoga Flame. You can see we got E Honda, Ryu, Guile, Dalsim. And I really expected this to exclusively have Dalsim on the front, being the Yoga Flame edition, but it doesn't. It has a big flame, and it has Dalsim. It looks pretty nice. Looks like the marquee could be pretty nice, and it's a pretty good design for not being an official cabinet. But the arcade is the official Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting marquee. Alright, so we are looking forward to having some new players join us on the Big Blue. And so what games are we going to find some new players on? Possibly to buy this cabinet. Maybe they find this cabinet at a Walmart or a Best Buy, somewhere like that you couldn't find the Big Blue. You couldn't find it except online. So hopefully these hit the retail stores. We got some impulse buyers so we could get some new fighters in Street Fighter 2 Champions Edition, Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Puzzle Fighter 2 Turbo, Saturday Night Slam Masters, and Capcom Sports Club. We should be able to fight those if you have Big Blue or you have the Yoga Flame Edition. Those are the identical games. So that's both a good thing and a bad thing. You know, it's a bad thing you're not getting any new games if you also buy this cabinet instead of these. But it's a good thing because we'll have new challengers, so to speak. Okay, now here's the titles that are, they're different. They're the ones that are not on the Big Blue. Some of them were on the Capcom Legacy and some of them were not. We got Street Fighter 1, the original. Not a very fun player, or two-player game, but still a classic. It's the original. It should be on a Capcom Legacy, I think. Final Fight, so you can co-op on that. Captain Commando, Armored Warrior, Giga Wing, Battle Circuit, Pro Gear, and King of the Dragons. So that's 8 games that are not on Big Blue. So it gives you reason to buy this cabinet as well as the Big Blue. That's a pretty nice thing to do. They could have, put some more titles that were already on the original Legacy, or they could have put some more titles from Big Blue, but they gave you 8 reasons to buy this other cabinet, so to speak. So that's pretty good on their part. Obviously, it's not the top titles. Those are kind of duplicated from Big Blue, but Final Fight is actually kind of a top title. The rest of them are, they're good games. They're good to have in the mix. And if you're a collector of 1-Up, this cabinet definitely looks different, doesn't look the exact same, and you get 8 new games. So, props to that. Alright, so, being that I'm a big Capcom fan, being that I am on Laundromat Wars, being that I intend on streaming some Capcom Arcade1Up products. I had to address this cabinet. It is identical to the design of the Mortal Kombat Legacy, which is a good design. The deck is nice. Obviously, it's not as nice as a Bobby Wu deck or a 99 Lives deck, but it looks a lot nicer than their previous products. It looks like the marquee's improved. It looks like the shape of it is very visually pleasing. So for that, I give that props. I think that if you don't have Big Blue, you have a tough choice. I know the Legacy cabinet has 14 games, the Big Blue has 12. I do think that the Big Blue is more multiplayer online friendly because it's got 3 Darkstalkers games. It's also, it doesn't have Final Fight, but it has Knights of the Round, which if you like Golden Axe, you'll really love. So it's really a tough call. I mean, they're pretty evenly mixed, I think. I like the Big Blue slightly better. I have the Big Blue, but if I had the room, I would probably buy this one too. And if I can get a PCB for this one, I'm down. If I can get the room for it, I'm probably down too. I definitely enjoy playing Capcom games online. Anyway, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be talking more Capcom, more Arcade1Up, more iArcade, more Nintendo Switch games, more PlayStation games, more whatever comes to my mind that I enjoy and that I want to do a video of. Please comment down below if you plan on getting the Yoga Flame Edition, if you're curious of what the Hadouken Edition is going to look like, or if you're happy with your Big Blue. If you haven't, I, for one, am really excited. I'm hoping this brings more people to the online community. I think that Arcade1Up has to get these into the retailers so that we could find more matchups on Street Fighter 2 as far as Champions Edition, Hyper Fighting, and Super Turbo. That would be fantastic. Please do that. And hopefully these have crossplay with the other cabinets. I'm assuming they do. So if all those things are in the mix, we're on a good track. And John D and his licensing team have this set up for a victory. Anyway, until next time, I'll see you in the next one.